Hi guys, today I'm going to be making this coconut layered cake. It has coconut flakes on the inside of the cake, it has coconut flakes on the top, and look at it garnished so beautifully with pecans. If you're a coconut lover, you are going to enjoy this wonderful confection. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. So take a look at the ingredients that we're going to need. Half cup of shortening and half cup of margarine or butter softened, 2 cups of regular white sugar, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 cups of the flake coconuts, and this one has sugar in it already, you guys know. This is a cup of buttermilk, and this right here is 5 eggs separated, and this is about a cup of pecans chopped. Alright, so this is for the frosting part of the cake. This is 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, any brand will do. 4 cups of confectioner's or icing sugar. This is a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 of a cup of butter or margarine softened, and this is to garnish the top. These are pecans that are halved, and 1/4 cup of the flake coconuts. So I start off by adding the sugar, the butter, and the shortening to a large bowl. And then using my hand mixer, I just beat this for about 10 to 12 minutes until it's creamy. Now it's time to add my 5 egg yolks, and I'm adding them all at once because they kind of broke apart on me. And I want to make sure that this is blended in really well. I use my spatula to clean off the edge of the bowl. And then now it's time to mix the dry ingredients together. This is the flour and the baking soda. And I just want to give this a quick stir. And then I'm going to add half of the dry ingredients first to the batter, and use the hand mixer to make sure that this is blended in really well before we add some of the wet. And now it's time to add half of the wet, which is the buttermilk. Blend that in really well. And then the remaining dry ingredients, and mix it in really well first. So you just have to take your time, alright? And then here's the rest of the wet. And then just give this a few minutes until it's smooth and creamy, no lumps. Now it's time to set aside the hand mixer for a quick minute to add in the coconut flakes and the chopped pecans. And I'm going to use my spatula to just go ahead and just fold this in. Now back to the hand mixer with the egg whites, and I'm going to beat this until stiff peaks form. Look, stiff peaks, yay! So now all that's left to do is to add this to the batter. And I want to go ahead and fold this in, so I put half first and then fold it in and then put the remainder in. And then fold it in really well. And now look, the batter is pretty much ready. I'm just clearing the bottom to make sure there's no dry spots. And then I have 2 9-inch cake pans ready. It's greased and floured and ready and waiting for me. And the only thing left to do now is to pour the batter in. And look, the batter is really, really thick, so it's going to be a dense cake. And you just want to kind of eyeball this to try to get it as even as you can, okay? Because there's no other way to do it that I know of. You know, level it off with the spatula, and then go on ahead and kind of give it a tap on the counter. And usually when I do this, if I'm doing cakes early in the morning, I kind of wake Joe up. He wonders, what's that noise? And so then into the oven it goes, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's preheated. And this should go for about 40 minutes. And while this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make the frosting. So what I'm doing is adding all the ingredients for the frosting to a large bowl. This is the confectioner's sugar, the softened cream cheese that I've cubed to make it more easy to handle, and the butter, and then of course the vanilla extract, or the essence as we know it in Belize. And then I'm going to use the hand mixer again to just go ahead and mix this until it's smooth or creamy, or until it can't go anymore. So after this happens, I just go ahead and clean off my spatula and put some good old elbow grease and just mix the frosting until it's smooth. Now look, 40 minutes, the toothpick inserted is still not clean. Now, do you guys see the importance of testing the cake with a toothpick or the skewer? That cake looked totally done to me. It looked done to the kids when they checked on it for me. But when we stuck the toothpick in there, it came out with a little bit of dampness on it. So I had to let it go like 3 more minutes, and then it was done. See? Take a look. Now all I want to do is let it sit here in the pan and rest for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take my knife and go around the edge and then dump it out on the cooling rack so it can cool down completely before we frost it and garnish it. After the cakes are cool, you want to get your tray that you're going to put it on, and I put the first cake upside down, and then I just go ahead and put some of the frosting right here on, this is the middle part of the cake. You don't want to put too much because you don't want the top cake to slide off after you put it on, okay? So just kind of butter it in there somewhat. And now here's the top cake, and I put that right side up and make sure that it's even. And now the only thing left to do is just kind of dump the frosting on top of the cake, spread it around with a butter knife or spatula all around the top and the sides. Do the best you can because I suck at this. And look at my decoration. I use a spoon just to tap it lightly. And now here, garnishing with the coconut flakes, and then setting my half pecans around in any pattern that I desire. You can do a different pattern if you want. And it's ready. Time to cut into it. And it feels dense as the knife goes in, but I'm just salivating at this, okay? So here's the first slice getting ready to come out, and voila, it's on the plate and it's ready. Now, time to taste. Don't forget to check out my website to purchase a copy of any of the books. Go to bearpantryshow.com and click on the store tab. You guys don't know how grateful I am that Jada's little friend Angel just loves everything with coconut flakes in it, because none of my 3 kids like coconut flakes in anything. So this cake would have been left here for just Joe and me to eat all day long, and we simply cannot have that. So I'm so glad that I'm going to be able to call Angel and say stop by after work and pick up some cake. Anyways, this cake came out really, really good. If you guys notice that I used the buttermilk this time, usually when stuff calls for buttermilk, I make it myself by putting the vinegar in it, kind of make it myself, or I switch it out for coconut milk. And coconut milk, of course, is the dairy-free form of this cake if you want to switch it out for that. But this cake was just wonderful. I like the coconut flakes on the top. I like the coconut flakes on the inside. I like the nuts on it too. I like stuff inside my cake. And you know what? When I was a little kid growing up, I didn't really like anything inside my cake. I didn't like anything inside my ice cream. But as you get older, you know, your taste buds change and you can train yourself to like different things, right? If you try this cake, I think you're going to absolutely love it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching the show. Thank you for going to the store at my website and picking up the books. I have 3 books there now. My first book, which is my journey with weight gain and weight loss. My cookbook, which is All Beliefs and Recipes, 101 recipes. And then Jada's book, 80 recipes in that book. And I'm selling that for a discounted rate right now, and you guys are so awesome because you support me in every way. You subscribe, you view, you share the videos with your friends and family for me, and you actually go to the store and pick up the book. Thank you guys so much for helping the show to grow, and I love you guys, and until I see you again, take care. Please check out my review channel right here on YouTube. It's called Bear Pantry Talk. Also, check out my vlog channel. It's called Babs Bear Talk.